Thank you for watching this video, proudly brought to you by AN Immigration Services and Consulting. The content in this video is for general guidance on matters of interest only. It is not intended to be comprehensive, and they do not constitute and must not be relied on as immigration advice. Please seek professional advice from a registered migration agent. Please like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. Let us be part of your journey in Australia and support you throughout this journey. This video is about how to submit a valid application and the eligibility criteria in applying for a subclass 155 resident return visa as of the 1st of August in 2025. If you leave Australia after your travel validity expires, or it expires when you are outside Australia, you will not be able to return to Australia as a permanent resident. This visa allows you to return as a permanent resident. You must either be an Australian permanent resident, a former Australian permanent resident whose last permanent visa was not cancelled, or a former Australian citizen who lost or renounced citizenship. Australian citizens are not eligible to apply for a resident return visa. When a resident return visa application is lodged, applicants are assessed against the criteria for both subclass 155 and 157 visas. If the requirements for subclass 155 resident return visa are not met, and the applicant is eligible for a subclass 157 resident return visa, the maximum travel facility that can be granted with a subclass 157 is 3 months. Even if you hold a temporary visa, you may still be eligible for a resident return visa if you had been a permanent visa holder or an Australian citizen. There are no age requirements for resident return visa applicants. You must meet the department's residence or substantial ties requirements. Your ties must be both substantial and of benefit to Australia. Your ties can be business ties, cultural ties, employment ties, personal ties, including family ties. To be eligible for this visa, you must meet of 1 the criteria. Criterion 1. You have been present in Australia for 2 years in the last 5 years as the holder of a permanent visa, or as an Australian citizen. In this case, you will get a 5-year travel facility. Criterion 2. You are outside Australia and not absent for 5 continuous years or more before the date of application unless you have compelling reasons. You hold a permanent visa or last left Australia as a permanent resident or citizen but subsequently lost citizenship. You can demonstrate substantial ties to Australia that are of benefit to Australia. In this case, you can only be given a maximum 12 months travel facility. Criterion 3. You are outside Australia and were an Australian citizen or permanent resident less than 10 years before you applied. You have not been absent from Australia for periods that total more than 5 years unless you have compelling reasons between the date you left Australia as a permanent resident or citizen and the date of application. You can demonstrate substantial ties to Australia that are of benefit to Australia. In this case, you can only be given a maximum 12 months travel facility. Criterion 4. You are in Australia and be able to demonstrate substantial ties to Australia that are of benefit to Australia. You have not been absent for 5 continuous years since grant of your most recent permanent visa or when you stopped being an Australian citizen unless you have compelling reasons. In this case, you can only be given a maximum 12 months travel facility. Criterion 5. You are a member of family unit of a person who already holds a resident return visa or has lodged a separate application for a resident return visa and meets the time of application criteria for grant. In this case, you can only be given a maximum 12 months travel facility. You are not eligible for a resident return visa if you hold a transitional, permanent, visa because you were issued either an authority to return issued between the 1st of March 1976 to the 31st of August 1979 or return endorsement issued between the 1st of September 1979 and the 31st of December 1986. You might not be eligible for this visa if you have cancellation action on business grounds for certain business skills visas. The department will consider your immigration history when they make a decision on your application, which means you might not be eligible for this visa if you have had a visa cancelled or refused. We are going to show you a flowchart version of the application process and the eligibility criteria to give you a graphical overview of the requirements of this visa. Please like and share this video and subscribe to our channel so that we can provide more content to support you.